Hey, hi, what's up? Thanks for joining me on another 10-minute chef episode. My name is Tyler. So, marinara, right? Oldest time. Marinara dates back to, centuries ago. Yet, nobody knows exactly where it comes from. Interesting, right? A lot of things from the Mediterranean kind of get lost in translation over hundreds of centuries, hundreds of years. I speculate that marinara, and you could do this with a simple Google search, but it makes the most sense to me. Comes from somewhere on the water, right? Marinara, marina, marinarer. People who are on the water. It said that, and this one makes the most sense to me. It said that marinara was invented on Navy vessels, like English or Italian vessels, because tomatoes are highly acidic and they could be preserved in cans for long stretches of time to keep the food from spoiling and to keep the sailors fed during a time of war or a training operation or something like that. That makes the most sense to me, but people say it comes from Naples, Italy in the 16th century when it was brought over by voyagers from the New World. A lot of speculation there, but marinara comes from great tomatoes, right? Italian seasonings, whole ingredients, tomatoes, garlic, fresh olive oil, basil. You can season it however you want, but the basics, you start with a good tomato. Add some onion, add some green pepper like I did in this video, and then you can jazz it up from there, but the base has been the same since it was ever thought upon. That's pretty amazing. So in this video I'm going to show you how to make marinara from scratch at home. And for our tomatoes, we went to Organica World, which is located in Groveland, Florida. Cool little trip, nice little place. I've spoken to the owner on a number of occasions, and they do some great stuff. They get it's all local farms shipped in tomatoes. They grow some of their own produce on site, and one of the things they do, actually I thought was pretty cool, is they do hemp concrete. They have greenhouses that grow hemp, and the owner showed me some of his concrete templates and slabs that he's working on to build greenhouses in the future, or make housing available to the market. So he's headed in the right direction. He's got a great mindset. If you get a chance to go over to Groveland, Florida, definitely check out Organica World. They've got a restaurant, do juices, food trucks, a lot of cool stuff. It was a good time. I'm glad we got our produce from there, and the marinara turned out really good.
Now they have some roosters. I'll probably get up. Now we're checking out. This is called Organica World. It says farm to table market. You see, they've got these nice cool food trucks out here. Back it up a little. I'm not sure if you guys saw all this fresh produce that they have. We're definitely planning on taking some of this stuff home today.
I legit walked away.
So if you guys are totally organic nuts, right? Just try out that juice truck. She's got some really nice things that you've never heard of.
Really?
And some really nice things. You guys what are you guys, like producers or something? Huh?
YouTubers?
Yeah, YouTubers?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
we're YouTubers. We're doing some tomato sauce for our channel.
Oh, nice, great.
We've been going around.
Cool, already got some help. Got some help already.
So you've got your tomatoes from the fresh market, wherever you got them. This green pepper I've had, not necessarily in season, but it's kind of cut off all the ends of your tomatoes. You don't want that gross stem in there. You can use it for other applications if you want. Peel your onion up. We're putting all this on one pan, right? And we're gonna roast it all together. Chop up a little bit of that green pepper, and of course we can't have marinara, in my opinion, without some fresh organic garlic. So peel all the cloves individually. You can keep them whole like I did here because we're blending it anyway, or you can chop them up and sprinkle it over all the tomatoes if you'd like. Before I threw this in, I just drizzled it with some olive oil and some salt and pepper, baked it for a little while, and yeah, now we're ready to throw it in a blender. We want to blend all this together so the tips of the onions, you can see they're kind of charred. That's what we like. It's an indicator that it's done. Alright, they're going to be hot, so use some sort of device to transfer to the blender, of course. Yeah. Give it a quick blend. Alright, it's going to be bright orange at first, but that's okay. It cooks. It already gets that dark red color as the heat's applied. Alright, so we got a little bit in the pot, and we're going to cook that. We have it on low heat, low medium heat. We're going to let it simmer for a long time. That's a good secret to marinara. You want it to cook down for a long period of time to develop a deep flavor. Right? All the extra juice, throw it in the blender. So that little bit that's in there, let that cook down. Like I said, it's going to reduce. It's going to thicken up. It's still cold. But once it gets to a point when we stir it and we see that's visibly thicker, right? The tomatoes are coming together, making a paste. The water's evaporating. We're going to want to add some more. So grab your blender, see the color difference? That's not adding anything else. That's just the temperature being applied to the blended tomatoes. Stir that together, mix it up. Make sure it's all one homogeneous substance. And then we let that cook down on its own. It's thickening up on its own already. Right, this is of course sped up, but just let it do its thing. Stir it occasionally. Marinara, you have to slave over the stove a little bit. It's developing. It's thicker than we checked it a little while ago. Stir, stir, stir. You can get that film off the side of the pot if you're available, or if you're able to. I don't know why I said available. If you're available, stir the pot. That makes sense. Bubbles are getting thicker. More water is leaving, the sugar is replacing. Yeah. Nice and thick. We've got the remainder of our tomato sauce in the bowl that we set aside. Let's go ahead and dump that in. It's about ready. I like to reintroduce the fresh to the already cooked. That develops a new flavor dynamic. give it one more stir before we add that new stuff. We don't want it to be too watery. We can't have too much in there, or the bottom of the pot will be cooking faster than the top of the pot. So we try to keep an even temperature for as long as possible. And that's that. That's the rest of it. Now we're just going to do the same thing that we've been doing. Wash, rinse, repeat. And this way you don't have to have a giant pot to fit it all in to start with. It's going to cook down anyway. You can use an at-home size pot to do this. Stir, stir, stir while that temperature is being applied. And when you finish this, you can do anything you want with it. This is just the base. You can put it on a pizza. You can leave it here. You don't have to cook it down to a thick paste if you don't want to. You can leave it at this stage, but I like to cook it down a little farther until it's ready to be preserved and or applied as a ragu or thick tomato sauce. Whatever method you choose is up to you. I chose to preserve them and use a little bit of it for sauce and noodles. Marinara sauce, easy, effective, and you can do it too. Yeah, if you have a blender, you can even squeeze it up with your hands. You could juice them up. That would work. That would work. A fork, just get one of those potato mashers, mash it down. You could do this at home. First, find the tomatoes, find your onion, decide what you want to go into it, right? Break it down to the ingredient, and the final product will be much, much better. Hope you found this helpful. Please subscribe and like this video, share this video, and I've got more content coming at you. Fresh content, fresh ingredients, always. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.